Been about 2 months or so. I'm doing an update. I said that last video was shit. This one's probably not going to go much better, but I've taken some notes down, some bullet points, so here it goes. The key that comes with the cage is in fact bent. They give you two keys. They're both bent at the tip. Makes it hard to work the lock. Now I was going to go over... Okay, so when you put this thing on, it can be a little bit dangerous if you have any extra skin. So you can see there's a gap there. And most cages that are designed like this have that as a hazard. So what happened is that you know this goes in here. If you have any extra skin, it's liable to get in between here, and you're going to be in a world of hurt. So what you have to do is you got to get your finger behind here, and you kind of got to manipulate it and make sure that it's going under here, and you don't have any excess skin get in between, because that is going to hurt like hell. Next point. All right, so the pee hole, pretty big. Apologize, this is dirty. I've been in it today, first time in a while, but I had the idea to do the video, so do it anyway. Now, I said that it's not flush and that it has, what do you call that, a lip coming out of it. Now, this actually acts as a guard, and it protects you from outside material, possibly your underwear or whatever you're coming into contact with, from rubbing on the tip. So it's actually protective. However, there is downfall to that, would be that this lip here, yeah, that's going to be rubbing on your underwear, assuming that you wear underwear, whatever clothing you're wearing down there, pants, whatever, that's going to wear, and it's going to rub. So pros and cons. What's the next one here? All right, okay, as far as wearing it, now anywhere that your skin is expected to be touching this ring, and you're going to want to be here, here, and here before you ever put it on, whatever is going to be around in here, you're going to put a little bit of lotion down. Otherwise, you're going to get some chafing, burning sensation on your skin. It's not fun. A lot of friction going on. So lotion around those areas, but you don't put lotion on your actual member here. You're going to use water-based lube. That's what I use. Help get in. Now, as far as getting in, next point would be alignment tricks. So once you get the ring in, once you get your boys in there, you come in through the top, and when you get to about here and your head's about a little past the forks, you get that lined up perfectly and it'll rest up against the forks. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and lock it on with part of it in you and part of it in here. And then as soon as you become aroused, the erection will grow into the cage and generally give you a better alignment than trying to just, fold it up and shove it in. Now, when you do put it in, if you have excess skin, you're going to want to fold it over the top and pretend that, so that way it's unified shape. But anyway, laying on stomach is the next point. Now, with a lot of cages, you absolutely cannot lay on your stomach. You might be able to for a minute or two, and you'll be like, oh, this is fine, and then you're going to be in a world of hurt for long. Well, can you do it with this cage? It's said that on the website that you can. It's good for sleeping, blah, blah, blah. This will do you the same as about all the others. But what I have found is you actually can lay on your stomach with this. But you have to have your hips spread apart. So your knees have to be farther away from each other. There's a sweet spot, and you have to have this angled, flat and everything right. But yeah, you can, absolutely. Sleeping with this on. They say that it's absolutely safe and comfortable to sleep in. What I would tell you is that you you can sleep with it on. As far as consequences, less than inferior cages. This is high quality, so it won't get you as bad. I've had it, grow a bit on me and slide down on the boys, but it hasn't been really enough to wake me up in the middle of the night. If you sleep hard enough, you'll sleep through it. If you're a very, very light sleeper, then maybe not. But there's a good chance you're going to sleep through it. But definitely, 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 if you're going to sleep in one of these, lotion before you go to sleep. Before you crawl into bed, lotion around where the band is, because you will grow in your sleep, and when you do, it's going to rub, and the rub's almost worse than the tug. So just something to think about. Washing. Obviously, this is not washed, and it looks like hell. But anyway, the lighting makes it look worse than it is, obviously, because there's a wall there. So that would be the discoloration you're seeing. It's not. It's an illusion. So it's not as bad as you think. But washing, I use a toothbrush. I can get inside. I run around the tops of all the holes, vent holes and the pee hole and everything. But you can run it down there, and you can pretty much get into every nook and cranny inside there. Now, so Dawn dish soap and water, warm water, and old toothbrush, and give it a really good rinse, and dry it out, and it's done. The wiggle is the next point. Now, I'd said that this married up really well. The alignment was great. Everything was good. Good and tight, as the Germans say. Not so much. You can see there's a little gap there. See? And up and down, side to side. That wasn't there when I first got it. That's wear and tear. I don't go for prolonged periods of time wearing it. I've yet to go, I don't think I've gone a full 48 hours in this at a time. I don't even wear this consistently on a weekly basis. Been doing a lot of manual labor and Indian summer here, so haven't been going for that too much. Haven't been required to, really. So I would say that. The next thing was heat on the list. So when it's really hot outside, and I gotta tell you, these vent holes, they're supposed to really control the temperature. It's definitely not enough. This thing really keeps you warm, and if you're wondering if you have sweat glands on you definitely do. And give it a sniff after you're done, because I promise you're going to smell it, especially on a hot day. And it keeps you warm. You can feel it in the summertime. In the wintertime, it's probably a blessing. So I would say that some heat will build up in here, but I haven't experienced really anything in the band. Of course, like I said, you use lotion. Next thing I was going to say is comfort levels. Well, cages aren't supposed to be 100% comfortable. If they are, then I don't think that they're doing their job. But I would say that this, when you first put it on, it's very awkward. It can sometimes be difficult to get into for a split second or two there. Then once you get it on, it's not very comfortable. It's confining, and then within probably less than an hour, you feel like this rush, like kind of a comfort, secure feel, like it's hugging you. And I would also say that you get really comfortable, and then you get into this little honeymoon period of time where you don't really want to take it off, and that feeling can become addictive. But at a certain point, obviously, you're going to want out of it. So as far as metaphors go with it, I would say that I would compare this, they got all these funny names, Gates of Hell, all this other shit for other cages. I would the best metaphor for this would have to be would have to be like a safe room or a panic room. I compare this to a panic room. It's plenty comfortable. You can stay in it for a while. Eventually, you're gonna want your freedom, but you know it's solid, it's secure. It gives you a feeling it's safe, and it's you know pretty comfortable for what it's really comfortable for what it is. So, as far as long term comfort, I haven't seen a whole lot of change in comfort level as long as it's on correctly. I have had some issues, you know, if you don't get the pee hole aligned, or sometimes your body kind of reacts if it's just not in there just right, as far as, you know, urination not being a pleasant experience, you know, getting pinched when you pee. Um, Sometimes it just comes down to the user and their anatomy, but sometimes it's actually just how you're in the cage. But I would say that I would definitely recommend the Holy Trainer V4, and I'd like to say thank you for your time.